All right, hello everyone and welcome to today's press conference. We're excited to introduce our new women's soccer head coach, Aimee Haywood. And to get us started, we will have Director of Athletics, Doug Gillen.
Thank you, Joey. Appreciate everybody being here and everybody tuning in on Facebook. It's always an exciting day at App State when we bring another head coach in to run one of our programs. So I was very, very excited today. I want to kind of walk you through a couple things as we went through the search. This was a competitive national search that we knew it would be for a program such as App State. So we went through a national search. What we were really looking for, as we always do, is somebody that kind of fits our core values. And our core values of academic excellence. And we have some of our student athletes here, number 2 in GPA, fall GPA. You probably don't even know that yet. It's brand new information. Women's soccer is number 2 in fall GPA, 3.46. So our women's soccer program continues to do really, really well in academics as well as competitive excellence. We want to continue to compete for championships. We wanted somebody that was a proven winner, somebody that had won everywhere they've been, because we aspire to compete for conference and championships and be in the NCAA tournament. So that was something we wanted, somebody that can help us get us there. And certainly from a social responsibility, somebody that believes in community, somebody that believes that you got to give to get, and we believe you got to give to your community to get back from your community. I see a lot of community members here today, so I appreciate you all coming. We will continue to be deeply involved in our community, and we're really excited about what Aimee brings in that regard. And then for our standpoint, as we always talk about, is from a world-class experience, what we provide for our student athletes, somebody that believes in continued growth and development for our student athletes, not just on the pitch, but in the classroom, and then for life after soccer. So with that, super excited to announce today Aimee Haywood as the next head coach of App State women's soccer. Aimee?
All right. Well, thank you all so much for being here today. Brandon and I are super excited to be joining this community and to start raising our girls in Boone. I'd like to say thank you, first of all, to Chancellor Everts and to Athletics Director Doug Gillen for entrusting me with the future of the App State women's soccer program. Thank you to Jonathan Reeder and the search committee. I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity to lead this program and to work at App State. Thank you also to my Queens team. If you're out watching, it was a privilege to coach you, and I'm not the coach that I am today without you. So thank you for working hard, for buying in, and for pushing me to be better every day as a coach. Thank you to my husband, Brandon, my girls, Kennedy and Colby, for always being my biggest supporters. Their support of me and my career has always been a difference maker, and it allows me the confidence and support to go out and feel like I can do my job well. So I'm very appreciative of them making the trip up today to be with us. I cannot be more excited to be at App State, a place where the core values align so well with my coaching core values, and a place that has the resources and the support to follow through on those core values with integrity. My vision for this program is to develop some strong momentum and to get this program to the top of the Sun Belt Conference. We want to compete for championships, as Doug said, and we want to make the NCAA tournament. And so we're going to do that first and foremost by developing a strong foundation of relationships. I believe this is a people business, and so we're going to start with our people. And we are going to develop as individuals and as soccer players, and I want this team to feel confident that this is an environment where they can thrive as students, as athletes, as individuals. And like I said, we are going to develop individuals. That will always be first and foremost for me. I believe that when you develop the person first, the player follows, the student follows, the future professional follows. And so that's going to be a really important part of our program. We're also going to make sure that we are fully embracing the academic experience at this great university. One of the things that I love about App State is you can have a full academic experience and a full athletic experience. And we want to make sure that we are fully embracing both of those. But we're going to get out and we're going to get on the field and we're going to get to work, and we're getting in the weight room and we're going to identify where we are and where we need to be, where there's room to grow. We are going to start developing as soccer players and as a team. We're going to start establishing our culture and some strong leadership that's going to push us in the right direction. I'm going to develop a clear playing model so that our team feels confident in a plan that will give them freedom to play as creative soccer players within that framework. In the office, I'm going to get started with putting together some strong non-conference scheduling. I've always been a coach who plays a hard schedule, and it has always paid off. So we're going to get out there and we're going to line up against some of the best. And what that's going to do is it's going to help us learn how to compete and find ways to win. And it's also going to help us identify where's the standard and what do we need to do to get there. Once I establish my staff, we're going to get out and we're going to start recruiting and turning over every stone to bring top talent to App State. And we're going to spend a lot of time recruiting in North Carolina. I have some North Carolina student athletes here today, but we won't be limited because this is a great place. And we can find top talent student athletes across the country and even internationally who are going to want to come to Boone and study at App State. So we're going to go out and we're going to find that talent, and we're going to find the individuals who are going to best fit our culture moving forward, and we're going to bring them to App. Lastly, I want to tell you that we're going to find a way to win. And to my student athletes, you better get used to hearing me say that, because you'll hear me tell you that in practice. I will task you with that, and I will task you with that in the game. Find a way to win. I love teaching my teams about being a competitor and how to win and what that looks like and what it really takes. And just as importantly, how to do it the right way, and we won't compromise on that. I could not be more excited to be the next head coach at App State. Thank you again to Chancellor Everts, to Doug Gillen, to the search committee, to my student athletes who came out here today, thank you, and to all of App Nation. At this time, I'm going to open up for questions, and thanks again for being here.
Hi, I'm Alex Urquiza. I'm from the Appalachian. And how would you rate and describe your time at Queen's University? And what is it like being transitioned from Charlotte to Boone, North Carolina, knowing it's a different environment?
It is a different environment. I would tell you that Queens is a top-class university and a top-class athletic department. I had a great experience at Queens. We were able to turn that program around in a short amount of time. Some fantastic student athletes. I think, Boone is a different geographic type of place, but still a great place where you can have both a full academic experience and a full athletic experience. There'll be a different level of athleticism and skill here, but we're ready to tackle that challenge and to start developing this team.
Okay. So what would you say is your biggest achievement as a coach?
My biggest achievement as a coach, I have a lot of wins on my record. I think I've been in 4 of the last 5 conference championships that I've been eligible for. But I would say that my biggest achievement as a coach are the alumni who come back and they tell me about what they're doing and the lessons that they learned in my program and how that is applied now and what they're doing. I love to hear those stories, and at the end of the day, that's what I'm here for.
Okay. So you're replacing a head coach who was here for over 10 years. What do you plan to pick off and where she left off?
Well, first and foremost, I need to get started getting connected with these student athletes and figure out where we are and what's been really good and where we can improve. And so, I think we are in a place where there's a lot of potential and a lot of room to grow, and we're going to identify that and we're going to get after it.
Okay. Are there any players particular in the squad that you look forward to developing in?
Pardon, can you?
Yeah. Is there any players in the squad that you look forward to working with the most?
I look forward to working with every single one of them, honestly. I love to coach every player in my program, and I think that's how you develop a full program and a competitive program where there's healthy competition and a healthy culture for the full team.
Okay. Thank you.
After having such an impressive career this far, what key components are you looking to bring to App State?
I would say number one is we're going to learn to compete. And I think competing, especially as young women, it's not something that we're necessarily taught when we're at a young age, and that it's okay and how to do it right. So that's going to be an important piece. and learning to compete at the highest level. And then, of course, all the skill and the tactics and the conditioning, the culture that go into that.
And then you talked about recruiting. Can you expand on that, kind of as far as your tactics?
So in terms of recruiting, like I said, this is a great place, and so we're not really limited geographically to where we need to recruit, but we're going to look for certainly a higher level of athleticism and speed. I think at this level, you really need that to compete. We might also add some international flair to our game as well. Not the whole team, but some influential players.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do we have any more questions for Coach Haywood? Okay. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate your time
Thank you.
today. Everyone is welcome to stick around for lunch, and we'd also like for Coach's family to stay up here for some photo opportunities. Thank you.